Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4. We're recording this on Wednesday night, immediately after the Newcastle United game, which is why I'm 5 pints deep and anything could happen in the next 45 minutes on The Funny Thing About Football.
Oh dear me.
Don't really know what's happening, Jeff. This is ridiculous.
Right, Laurie, there is literally only one thing we can start with this week, and that is...
Mind to gap. Mind to gap.
Well, we didn't think this was going to happen, did we?
We did not see this one coming. I thought that was it. I thought that was it for the season. But we've got at least 2 more weeks of it. Well, in the blue and white.
As I said, I was half prepared to have to go back to AI and get the stripes changed from blue and white to red and white because last week we were both convinced that the, I was going to say second coming of Wilder, but it's the third, isn't it?
It is.
The third coming of Chris Wilder was going to mean that the gap between... Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United was going to flip. Because Sheffield Wednesday had an away game, Sheffield United had new manager bounce. They had a home match against a team that had only got 5 points this season. And then tell the boys and girls at home, Laurie, what happened on Saturday.
Well, the 90th minute winner for Charlton at Bramall Lane was just beautiful. I mean, it couldn't be written any better. Wednesday shockingly won 2-0 away from home. Beautiful Barry Bannon free kick and a mildly controversial goal. I don't know if you saw the second one.
No, I didn't see it.
Basically, Portsmouth defender running back to get the ball. He's winning the race. Sheffield Wednesday attacker, good couple of yards behind him. The Portsmouth guy goes to his ground holding his hamstring. His hamstring's just gone, and the Wednesday striker just carried on and went with it. Which I thought, and this isn't biased. I feel like this is, I would have said this the other way around. The chase was on. It would be a bit different, right? If the goalkeeper had the ball under no pressure and he suddenly went down, I think that would be a dick move to then go and just take the ball and score.
Yeah.
But when the chase is on, what if he'd just fallen over without his hamstring? Would you stop the play? Oh, did you fall over? Let me help you up. No, you carry on, right?
It's the referee's responsibility these days to stop the match, so just crack on.
Indeed.
That's what it is. So, yeah, and I WhatsApped you on Saturday to say that, what have you done to me, Laurie? With the advent of Mind to Gap, I literally celebrated Sheffield United conceding a goal. I don't know where that's coming, and it'll probably piss off a couple of my mates who are Sheffield United fans. But this is we are where we are. It's just unbelievable. We were convinced, but yeah, now Sheffield Wednesday have reached their heady heights of 4 points, and Sheffield United are 0 from 6.
Indeed, they are. What you just said then about celebrating Sheffield United losing. Remind me of the early days of TikTok when about 50% of my videos had some sort of like Sheffield United abuse in them. I remember a Nigerian lady writing, "I don't know what Sheffield United is at this point, but I just know that I hate them." Like, come on.
The power of the internet, Laurie.
Indeed.
Look what you're doing. Look at the power you wield in your hands on your followers. There you go. Okay, so we'll round up what else happened at the weekend, which is, or in the games since last week. So Berry's game. So we went through all this rigmarole of playing the first ever game Berry played in the FA Trophy, finding out we fielded an ineligible player, which I can say after 5 pints, but not one last week. And so we had to replay it again at very, very short notice. Won the game 2-1. So we played the second round, or our second qualification round of that competition on Saturday. And it only got as far as half-time because it pissed it down and the match got abandoned at half-time. So that's going to be next Tuesday, which is just, that will be on Tuesday the 30th. we will be playing our 4th game in that competition, only 2 of which would have counted.
Wow.
That's nuts, isn't it?
I saw that the Blackburn game got called off with 10 minutes left, right?
Yes.
But an interesting one. Are they playing it again?
I think that's what... I mean, there's been lots of debate on like TV and radio about what they will do and what can they do. I suspect that is what they'll do because it's so early on in the season, they've got loads of opportunity to do it. If it was like the last week of the season or something, they'd probably do it a little bit differently. But I thought, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I thought if a game got to 80 minutes and gets abandoned, the result stands.
Maybe it was 79. It was
79. So
wasn't
that's
79.
So I don't know if that is a rule or if that's just something that I've invented in my head.
Yeah.
But if that is the rule, that what a bastard that referee is.
Yeah.
There's definitely no carrying on for at least another 60 seconds. This is it, lads. We've got no chance. But did you see the video though of the referee testing to see? He was dropping the ball to massive cheers by who was it? Blackburn were playing.
Ipswich,
yeah. To massive cheers from the Ipswich fans.
But yeah, one of my friends told me that the red card from the game still counts.
Now that can't be right.
I don't know if that's true. I mean,
it might be true, but if it is, that's wrong.
But then how far do you go? Like what? Like, you know, if it's like 2 yellows, you think that'd be pretty harsh. You know, surely the game's been struck for the record. But then obviously, if you run up and punch somebody in the face, you think, well, that's going to be a longer 10-match ban or something. You can't then take that back. Actually, no, that game no longer existed, so you didn't really punch someone in the face. I don't know how. What's the rule?
Exactly. I mean, you'd think I would know all about it because in the last 2 seasons, Bury have had 2 games that no longer counted because we fielded ineligible players. But no, I get your point. But maybe the rule should be if you are criminally liable for what happened in the match, that stands. So if you do punch someone in the face, that stands. But yeah, it does seem a bit odd that a red card would count, but the goals and the points don't count.
But I don't know, that's just word on the street. Don't quote me on that one.
Word on the street, because Laurie spends a lot of time on the street gathering the word. And then the final thing I want to say, a quick update of games that gone. So as I said, the Newcastle game's just finished. We were just chatting before we started recording how it's good to see in the early rounds of the Milk Cup that teams are putting strong sides out again. Newcastle put a strong side out and won 4-1. And Shay and I both cheered the 1 for Bradford. Now, the reason for that is that when the lad came on, he came on as a substitute in the 60th minute. They explained that he's a Newcastle fan. He's been a Newcastle fan since he was a kid. He played non-league football till he was 27 or whatever. So he's one of these kind of like still can't believe what's happening, the fact he's playing professional football. He had tickets for the Carabao Cup final, but had to give them up because he had to have surgery. Jeez. So that's how much of a Newcastle fan he is.
Yeah.
And he scored an absolute worldie for Bradford after 70-odd minutes. And the smile on that guy's face, man, you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
I mean, if it was an equaliser or a winner, I'd think very differently about it. Do you know what I mean? But we were 3-0 up at the time, so...
you can let it slide. You can let a consolation slide. I remember my first ever trip to Hillsborough to watch Wednesday beat Spora Luxembourg 8-1 in the UEFA Cup. I think Wednesday were only 2-0 up. And I remember Spora Luxembourg. Did they either equalise, make it 1-1 or bring back to 2-1? And I remember loads of people clapping around me. I was like... Couldn't believe it. Why are you clapping? Why? But obviously, I was only 12 at the time. They knew, this is going to be a thrashing. So it's, yeah. But I get it now. I'm older and wiser.
It's funny you should mention, Laurie, a match where 8 goals were scored by one of the teams, because you'll enjoy this. On this day, in 2023. Newcastle won 8-0 away from home with 8 different scorers, which is I'm pretty sure that'll never be done again. And that was in the league. and it was against, let me check, Sheffield United. There you go.
Yes.
Mate, it should. I'm surprised you didn't know that, and I'm surprised it's not in your calendar as a day to celebrate.
It was it was the Sky game, wasn't it? It was on Sunday. I remember watching that with great delight.
Oh, yeah, probably equal amount of delight, if not more, than Newcastle fans. So there we go. That is your mind to gap for the week. And as Laurie says, I'm safe for at least 2 weeks that I don't have to change the colours of the stripes on that because Sheffield Wednesday cannot be caught for at least 2 weeks. Brilliant. And for people who don't know, the context behind that is that Sheffield Wednesday are in a huge amount of financial trouble and are playing basically anybody who the first 11 people to turn up at the ground with a Sheffield Wednesday shirt get to play. It's not quite that, but it's not far off it.
I think we had seven players, I think, made their debut in the first round of the Rumbelows Cup. So this year. So yeah, there we go. Brilliant.
Right. Next up, Laurie, we're going to go straight into the quiz. Firstly, because it's my favourite bit. And secondly, I don't know how long it's going to go on, and we like to keep these to 45 minutes. So we're going to go with the quiz. So an exciting thing happened this week, Laurie. I invited AI to come up with a theme tune and intro video for our penalty shootout quiz. Would you like to see it?
Go on, let's see it.
Here it comes.
Everyone loves a penalty shootout. Everyone loves a quiz. Prepare yourself to lose your shit. It's the penalty shootout quiz.
Love it.
So I gave AI a little bit of a hand by the lyrics. Everybody loves a penalty shootout. Everybody loves a quiz. Prepare yourself to lose your shit. It's the penalty shootout quiz. The idea being that if you take two things you absolutely love, wait till you see how much you're going to love this. So I think I've built it up quite enough. As is tradition, as we've always done on this quiz, Laurie, I'm going to flip a beer bottle top, and you need to say top or underside.
Underside.
You went underside last week and it was right, and you've done it again. So at least people know I'm not cheating on the actual flip of the beer bottle thing.
So at the moment, I've got 100% record on penalties taken, penalties against, and I almost said coin tosses. No, coin tosses.
All right, you don't need to rub it in. Right. Yes, for those that didn't catch last week's, I skied all three of my penalties over the bar by getting the questions wrong. Even one that I said I'll start with the easy bit and then got it wrong. So let's hope for a different outcome this week. So do you want to ask first or do you want to be asked first?
I'd like to ask first, please.
Okay, away you go. So that's me taking the first penalty again. Same as last week.
Okay, so first up, the England-Italy Euro 2020 final was watched by a larger television audience in the UK than the 1966 World Cup final. Is that true or false? I think this is a beauty because when I thought of this, I was like, I can see a huge argument either way.
Yeah. So there's a lot to consider in this. Basically, everybody watched it in 66. But there were less tellies and less people. I'm going to say 66 was bigger. So, yeah, whatever the true or false bit was, more people saw it in 66.
You are saying false, and you are correct.
Go on! I've scored my first penalty!
The fourth most watched TV broadcast in British history was the England-Italy Euro 2020 final. A royal family documentary in 1969 was third. Funeral of Princess Diana was second, and the most watched ever with 32.3 million people was the 66 World Cup final.
Well, there you go.
Number 5, Apollo 13 splashdown. Number 6 was the 1970 FA Cup final replay, Chelsea versus Leeds. There you go. Odd one.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that I got the answer right, so I've scored my first penalty. And also, your supplementary information was very, very interesting. Well done.
Why, thank you.
Okay, right. Your true or false question for your first penalty kick is: both Rangers and Celtic's ground have higher capacity than the National Stadium Hampden. True or false?
Okay, so Celtic does. Ibrox versus Hampden. I think Ibrox is smaller, so I'm going to say false because Ibrox is smaller.
And you're correct. Your 100% record of scoring penalties,
Boom,
answering my quiz questions, is correct. I've got some supplementary information.
Oop.
That the Ibrox is 166 seats smaller than.
Is that right? Okay, so I was pretty lucky
very,
there.
very close. Which is why I chose it, but you still got it right. So. Okay, next up.
Right. Next one. Okay, this one's a bit of a left field question. Is that the one I'm going for? Dundee United, or sometimes just shortened to Dundee, is slang in Nigeria.
So sorry, I got confused there. Sorry to interrupt. I got confused there because I'm hoping no fans of Dundee United or Dundee heard you say that first sentence, because that's not what happens. But sorry.
Within
you
the
came
slang,
in with a little bit after that. I lost. So
no worries.
Okay,
Dundee or
carry
Dundee
on.
United is slang. So it was Dundee United originally, but nowadays it's just kind of been shortened to Dundee. Is slang in Nigeria. What does it mean? Is it A, cold, B, idiot, C, foreigner?
Oh, that noise. Whenever I do a quiz online, that noise means that's a good question. I do appreciate a good question. So Dundee cold. Obviously, Dundee is cold. Idiot. There's like a dunce, maybe. There may be something in that. Foreigner could be the first person there was from Dundee that they saw that wasn't from there. I'm going to say cold.
So you cracked up then. You're going to say...
Oh, wait a minute. I might choose again. I'm having second thoughts. I'm going to use that opportunity to change my answer to B. Idiot.
You are correct. It's B, idiot.
Thank you.
So it's actually been in an advert in Dundee. It's been used in an advert, and it was uncovered about 10 years ago when somebody in a BBC documentary was talking about somebody being Dundee. So Dundee United basically went on a tour of Nigeria in the early 70s, I think it was. And a couple of theories about that. One is that they just lost every game and they were terrible. Another one that it does. So you're close with dunce, but there is a word in Igbo, whatever language it is, that's very similar to idiot, but sounds a bit like Dundee. So there's a couple of theories. Nobody knows for sure, but it is 100% definite that Dundee, or originally Dundee United, was slang for idiot in Nigeria.
Tremendous. I love that. I love the fact that, another theory about it is that it sounds a bit like dunce. That's the other theory. But yeah, I love the fact that the boys and girls at home know that I got it wrong originally, but then changed my mind. But then as I changed my mind, I was like, oh, God, I'm saying idiot. What if I am an idiot because I got the right answer originally and then changed my mind to the wrong answer? But I didn't. I got it right. So that's
it was like the John Aldridge stutter. You stopped to take it. You stopped for your original answer and then went the other way.
That's the universe's way of helping me out on this. That's like the internet has, those penalties where one person passes to the other.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like and Arsenal famously got it wrong, didn't they, when they scuffed it and stuff. That's effectively that. The internet passed that to me as an assist, and I've put it into the back of the net.
That's the only time since we've been doing this. It's the only time it's ever cracked up, and I've not heard you.
The internet wanted that to happen. Right.
Indeed.
Your multi-choice question is: after how many seconds was the quickest Premier League goal scored? 7.69, 8.69, or 9.69?
I'm going to go with A, 7.69.
You've still got a 100% record of penalties.
Wow.
You've got that right. 7.69, and your supplementary information is 7.69, Shane Long for Southampton versus Watford on April the 2019. Or on April the 2019 is what I said.
Nice.
And I'm sticking with it. Right. So now the third question. The third question is a top 10 question, isn't it? And I've got to get 3 to score
third
the
question.
penalty.
Yeah, you need to get 3 from 10. You know what? I was going to pick out the easiest one from this, and then you've got 10 left. But you know what? I'm going to mix it up. I'm actually going to make this one out of 11 for you. Okay. So I'm going to be kind here. Who were the 11 players in England's 1966 World Cup squad who didn't play in the final?
Oh,
because there's a very famous one. I was going to say his name, and you've got to pick 3 from 10. But I thought, you know what, I'll give you that one because I think it's a tough question.
I appreciate it. It is a tough question. And I got all giddy then when you said the 11 players in 1966. I was like, I can name them all in the right order, in the positions, everything. But yeah, Jimmy Greaves is the obvious one that you were saying, which leaves me scratching around trying to think of English footballers from the mid-60s. And I'm struggling. Because I can think of 70s. I've got a name in my head, and I'm just going to say it because we could be here all night. Danny Blanchflower.
Is incorrect.
No. I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know if he was 60s.
I think he was 50s, I think. There were 2 goalkeepers. In fact, Sheffield Wednesday's only player in the squad.
No.
Many people thought he was better than Banks and should have been in, apparently.
Kevin Pressman.
Ron Springett and Peter Bonetti was the other keeper.
I've heard of him.
But very quickly, Armfield, Byrne... I'm going to get this right. Armfield, Byrne, Flowers, Hunter, as in Norman Hunter, Payne, Callahan, Eastham, George Eastham. There we go.
So yeah, Peter Bonetti, Norman Hunter,
Jimmy Armfield. Yeah, Jimmy Armfield.
They're the ones I've heard of. All right. Okay.
Roger Hunt, Liverpool.
Oh, Roger Hunt, I've heard of him.
Ian Callahan, Liverpool as well. There we go. Anyway.
Right then. Oh, well, it's going further than last week's did anyway. Yeah, because it's best of 5, isn't it? And I lost 3.
It is.
Right. Okay, well, your 3 from 10 question is... I have a list here of the 10 most... I struggled with phrasing this last week. The 10 Frenchmen with the most Premier League appearances.
Oh. Right. 10 Frenchmen.
That's only in response to last week's question, which was very easy because it was about Sheffield Wednesday.
Thierry Henry?
And immediately you're wrong. Thierry Henry is not in that list.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, that's effectively doing what I did last week, which was I'll start with the obvious one. And that's the reason I went with this list, because he's not in that list, and I fully expected him to be in that list. Excuse me. Do you want to have another 2 goes? Let's see if you get another 2. You won't get any points for it. You don't score your penalty, but you can have a go.
I can only think of that Arsenal team now, but Emmanuel Petit, he played less than Henry, so he won't be in there, will he?
Nope.
I can't. For some reason, my brain's blocked on that Arsenal team now. Go on, give me some
Well,
names.
there's definitely one in that Arsenal team.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
But it's not Petit. The winger. No.
No, not him either.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Roy Keane doesn't like him.
Oh, of course, Vieira. Okay.
Yes, Vieira.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go through in order. I think they're in order. Yeah, I'll go through in order from 10 upwards. So number 10, which stunned me, even as a Newcastle fan, was Charles Nzogbia.
Okay.
Charles Nzogbia sneaked in the top 10. And I was like, surely not. But he played for Newcastle, then went on to Wigan, who were in the Premier League at the time.
Of course, yeah.
So that's why he fell off my radar. Number 9 is Louis Saha. Number 8, Musa Sissoko. Number 7, Patrick Vieira. Number 6, William Gallas. Number 5, Gail Clichy. Number 4, Steve Malbranc. Number 3, Hugo Lloris. Number 2, Nicholas Anelka. And number 1, Sylvain Distin.
I would never have got that Anelka played more times in the Premier League than Henry.
There you
But
go.
I probably would have bet quite good money that Henry had played more. There we go.
Yeah, well, Anelka played a lot for Bolton as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Good point.
So there you go.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
It is.
But also a nightmare for me because I'm going to have to do new graphics because I've only got graphics of me losing all 3, me not scoring all 3. But don't worry about that. It's an exciting thing. So after 3 penalties, we are 2 each.
Right.
On to the fourth question. 4 and 5. Question for the boys and girls at home. The questions 4 and 5 are open-ended questions, so it gets spicy now.
I've got. Yeah, this. Okay, I'm going to go with the outrageous question. Okay, now I'm going to be this one. I think you've got close to 0% chance of getting it exactly right. So I'm going to be very loose with what I accept. If you get something, how can I say, within the same genre?
Okay.
Even if it's wrong, I'm giving it to you. So, the 2001 UEFA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Barcelona was postponed for 15 minutes. It meant to start at 8 o'clock, all UEFA matches in the UEFA Cup. So, UEFA insisted on 8 o'clock start for all matches, but this one was moved to 8:15, the semi-final between Liverpool and Barcelona. Why?
There's that noise again. It's a lovely question. I do really enjoy, as you probably know, I really enjoy a quiz. Even if I don't win or I don't do well, because do you know what I mean? Sometimes I really enjoy. I think that's a really good question. I appreciate a good question, even if I've got no chance.
Oh, it's got an amazing answer. It's a jaw-dropping answer.
My immediate thought was that they were waiting for someone to get there.
So this is. And I will say to you, this had been arranged in advance.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it meant delayed. Oh, so they were given permission to kick off 15 minutes after everyone else, or 15 minutes later than normal. Again, I can't. I can only think for somebody to because I would be thinking maybe. I don't know, maybe if somebody famous was finishing a gig or something and they wanted to, but they... No, hold on. Was there a... Do you know what? I think I've remembered a fact that this is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But something's clicked into place in my head. Was it an episode of EastEnders?
You are correct. Yes. Well done. Well done. It was the Who Shot Phil Mitchell special.
There you go.
It was a 40-minute special. So I was going to accept anything for television. So you said then somebody having a gig. If you said a televised gig, I would have let you have that. Because I was going to say anything to do with TV schedules, I'd have let you have. but I just wanted to get that Who Shot Phil Mitchell, Who Shot Phil, as the episode I believe was titled.
That is
so there we
mental,
go.
isn't it? That is mental.
Okay.
And I stalled for long enough for the cogs to turn and for something. Do you know what? Things like that. See, that's obviously been at the back of my brain somewhere. I've heard that fact and thought, that's a good fact, and I've kept it up there. And I often worry that at some point I'm going to need to do CPR on a child or something, and I've forgotten because facts like that are clogging up space at the back of my brain and I can't remember important things. I'm delighted with that.
Congrats.
This is. Do you know what? I'm being rewarded for not ditching the quiz on the back of me losing 3-0 last week. So, right. So your first open-ended question is, there's a very easy one. I'm not going to go very easy because that was definitely not very easy. Which club holds the record for the highest points total in the championship with a total of 106?
Reading.
Correct.
There we go.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go with the easy one then. Very well done. I was stunned because if I'd have been asked that question, I'd have been like, Newcastle, Leeds, Middlesbrough. I never would have gone for Reading.
It's because Wednesday, a couple of seasons ago, we were kind of like threatening to get into the hundreds. So that kind of those stats were all floating about, So
see the trap I've fallen in there. The trap I've fallen into, with my eyes wide open, is I've asked you a question there about the championship. Foolish behaviour. I'll learn for next time. Right. So that's now effectively this is sudden death. Because we're at 3-3 going into the fifth penalty. Mm-hmm. So this is effectively sudden death anyway. We didn't need to get past 5 to go to sudden death. Right.
Okay.
There you go.
So, in 1963-64, Bobby Moore won the Football Writers Footballer of the Year award. That's the one where the writers vote rather than players. So, only one other West Ham player has won the Football of the Year award. That was in 2010-11. Who was it?
2010.
So a lot of fluff. Basically, who was the Footballer of the Year in 2011? He played for West Ham.
2011. So let's do a bit of thinking. So that is 14 years ago. So that would mean...
I'll give you a clue. It wasn't Frank McAvenny.
No, it wasn't. No. Right, so I'll scribble him off my list. No, my first thought was Dimitri Payet, but that's nowhere near long enough ago. And I don't know why I thought that. So 14 years ago. Oh, what the hell's he called? Or is that too long? Do you know I'm so bad at years? I'm going to say a player's name now. And I might be... Oh, no, it's not him. I'm so bad with years because I've got a player in my head that I might be like 15 years out with when he played. And now I can't even remember his name. He played for Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, I don't think it's right, but I'm going to give you clues and you tell me what he's called, right? Will you let me have that, or do I need to come up with his name? What is he called? It's the Italian guy who used to play for Sheffield Wednesday. Pushed over the referee, and one time someone crossed the ball in and he caught it because he didn't think it was fair. Do you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Is it him?
Di Canio.
Yeah. It's not.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is not. No. It is Scott Parker.
Scott Parker?
Yeah. There we go.
I wouldn't expect Scott Parker to win Player of the Year if only his mum voted.
No.
How's that? Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
wow, indeed.
geez, pressure's on here now. Right. Well, do you know what? I think as this quiz goes on, it's evolving. I think we might have to come up with a thing where we have to write the questions in a certain order and go with it in that certain order, because now I know that if you get this right, that you win. So I'm going to try and pick my hardest question. Okay. Who is the fastest, or who was the fastest Premier League? Oh, sorry. Who is the fastest Premier League player of all time, clocking a top speed of 37.38 kilometres per hour against Brentford in January 2024?
Wow, not a clue.
So obviously with 2024 still playing. So yeah, who's the fastest player of all time in the Premier League?
My word. Just trying to think of any footballer now. It's definitely not Mo Salah, but I mean, I'm just throwing. Don't know what
It's
I'm
not Mo
throwing.
Salah. You're correct that you're incorrect. It's Tottenham Hotspur defender Mickey van der Ven.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, that's why I put it in there, because you could have asked me about 100 play. I would have had 100 goes and not gone for Mickey van der Ven. I didn't realise he was that quick. Okay, so it's
let's
back
do
to
it.
you for penalty. I'm taking penalty number 6, having scored 3, missed 2.
Right, so for penalty number 6, your question is, who finished 11th in the Premier League last season?
Wow. Right. I just think about this because I need to go through all the ones it wasn't.
You can narrow. You probably quite easily narrow it down to about 5, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's not the 3 that went down. It's not United or Spurs, because they nearly did. It's not the ones that got into Europe. So that leaves. West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, Everton, Okay, I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to leave it at those 4 and pick one out of those 4. I'm going to say it was Brighton and Hove Albion.
It was, on the Scott Parker theme, Fulham.
Oh. Fulham. Didn't even think of them. Okay, so I've missed that one. Right. Well, I'm just going to go with a question that I think is... Okay, right. Is a football question, because it's a football podcast, and also a social media question, because you are on social media, and we both are on social media. That's what things are. Right. Which footballer that isn't called Cristiano or Lionel has the most Instagram followers? So I will repeat. Which footballer that isn't called Cristiano or Lionel has the most Instagram followers? I mean, a different way of writing the question would be, which footballer has the 3rd most Instagram followers?
I'm going to go with David Beckham.
That's incorrect. It's Neymar Jr.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Neymar, not Neymar Senior. He's got nowhere near as many. Neymar Jr. Right. I've only got one more question before we have to write some more, and it's very easy.
Okay.
Not wanting to influence your next question.
So, which team has won the most Brazilian football championships?
Which team has Brazilian? Name a Brazilian football club. I can't think of any now. I always get confused between Argentina and Brazil.
I mean, if
So,
you
like-
if you get the one who's won the most Argentina, I might give you that. No, I won't. No, I won't.
No. Boca Juniors River Plate is the Argentina thing, isn't it? But yeah. And literally a football team that I think is Brazilian has come into my head, so I'm going to say it. Corinthians.
They are third, joint third with Flamengo. Santos are in second place, and number one, Palmeiras.
Palmeiras. I'm just pleased that I got an actual Brazilian football club. So in my mind, that's a win for me because that's a Brazilian football club and I got it right. So just leave me with that. Right, okay. The only question I've got left on this list before we... This is such an easy question. I'm saying that for the first and only time, if you get this answer wrong, it's a draw, and we share it like they used to do with the Charity Shield for 1 week only until we come back with a bigger suite of questions that we can deal with this.
Or is it more like the Ashes? You have to win it off me to, you've got to beat the champion to win the championship.
Okay, in which case, this question's irrelevant. You retain it like the Ashes. No, we're going to go for 1 week only that it can be shared because we've run out of questions. But this is a very easy question. Who scored the winning goal in the 2025 FA Cup final?
So you say it's an easy question, but...
It's one of those horrible ones, isn't it? That it's like, yeah, I watched it. I know who won. Can't remember who scored.
Yeah, I can't remember at all. Jeez. Let's go. Was it I can't even remember how to say his name. Eze? Is it that guy?
It is Eze.
Oh, there we go.
Is Eberici Eze. Or yeah, so I've said it a number of times in different ways that one of them's bound to be right. So that's a decent tactic. So well done. You've won that penalty shootout, and you've won it 4-3. There you go.
Happy days.
Happy days for you having won. Not happy days for me having to figure out graphics of like 7 penalties along the bottom. But I'll deal with it. It's okay.
Can't you just delete the 5 and then put up the next ones? Isn't that what they normally do? They just go to the 5 again, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be complicated, whatever. It's fine. I can do it. It's my forfeit for losing again is to have to do the graphics of all those penalties that we just took. Excuse me. And do you know what? I'll never be able to use the same ones because it's very unlikely that the combination is going to be the same every time. Right. Anyway, so well done, Laurie. You've done it again. You are 2-0 up in episodes, in quiz episodes. Yes, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, I should have got 3 points for me EastEnders question, to be fair.
Very true.
Right, okay, so that is it for this week. A victory for Laurie in the penalty shootout and a victory for me that I've remained coherent throughout it and was able to say the word ineligible after 6 pints, but not after 1 last week. So I don't know what all that's about. But anyway, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. I've been Mike Snedden. He's been Laurie Knox. And this has been The Funny Thing About Football.